Hello and welcome back to my channel, and as you can see, this is a different type of video. I've got my very first guest, my mum.
Hi.
And we're both feeling a little bit awkward because I've never filmed with another person and you've never done a YouTube video before.
I don't do things like that.
So I thought I could use this video as a little bit of a get to know me, but also a little bit of get to know you as well, because I'm going to be asking my mum some questions. So do you want to formally introduce yourself?
So my name's Gemma, I'm 42 and I'm Caitlin's mum. I'm a senior manager in an organisation, well-known organisation that you might have heard of, NHS Wales, but I am here as Caitlin's mum, so any opinions, thoughts, comments that I make are my own.
Yeah, quick disclaimer. So before I go into some questions for Gemma, I thought we could talk about some topics that I'm interested in relating to this channel.
I have a question for Caitlin. So what made you want to do a YouTube channel, and particularly a commentary style channel and content?
But that's a good question, because I think it's because I like to be informed of what I'm consuming, if that makes sense. So like, you know how nowadays kids talk about brain rot and AIs. Have you heard of brain rot?
No, bad rotting.
Yeah, brain rot. Basically, just stupid content, just content that can be consumed by little toddlers because they won't know any better to turn away. Basically, they're just going to watch it because it's captivating in some way. It's not the whole reason why I wanted to do it, but it's one of the reasons why, because I don't think you have to enjoy content. I don't think that you have to, you don't have to analyze every single thing that you watch or consume, but that's just something that I'm interested in. And when I watch YouTube, like I watch silly YouTube, like it's not all serious, but then I do have some people that I really like to watch what I've written down here, sort of like my inspirations. So Funky Frog Bait, you probably wouldn't heard any of these. Funky Frog Bait, they're quite a popular commentary YouTuber. Brooke Sharks, I think I showed you one of her videos before. Again, she's kind of funny. She used to be a hairstylist. And then, but some more serious ones would be Danielle from Danielle's Advocacy. So she was a victim of child abuse, and she told her story on YouTube, and then she also talks about some of the content that's out there nowadays featuring children that could be used or seen as exploitative.
Yeah.
So she basically just advocates for specifically for children who are online.
Makes sense.
Because obviously children online don't have a voice, or they don't have, they're not old enough to understand the things that they're doing online, or what, even if they agree to it and they want to do it with their parents, they don't always know, they don't have that informed consent. I really like her channel because she talks about her life, and she talks about about her being a mother, how that she's got this fierce passion to protect her children because of everything that she went through, but also because of everything that she's seen online. So speaking of mothers, you were a very young mother, and you raised me and my sister alone, and you kind of had to fend for yourself a lot of your life. Yeah. Do you think that has something to do with why I get a lot of comments on my videos and people tell me that they like the way I speak, or I seem intelligent, which obviously really nice to hear, but I think that I had a very average education and an average upbringing. Like we've not been rich or anything like that, or anywhere near it. And I think you're a little bit the same. Like, we both didn't go to university. You've been to college. We've both been to college. Do you think that how you raised us informed all of that?
Well, yeah. You got the nature versus nurture side. So I just think you're naturally like that anyway. But I do think certain traits, because I was told this very same thing when I was younger. I think sometimes society thinks that if you're poor, then you can't be educated, which obviously isn't true.
Or even if you don't have, what I mean by average education is that, just how it sounds, like we went to a average high school in the local area. And
normal primary school, normal high
normal
school,
primary school, normal
yeah,
college. I did a year in college and then
and
started working.
We did skilled courses as well. So I was hairdressing, and you were chef.
Cooking. Yeah.
So we weren't doing like what people would consider an academic sort of
like an English degree or something like that.
Because for your American followers, college isn't the same as our college. Our college is like university. Our college is just like further education, and you can go and do skilled trades, or you can do academic courses as well, and you can even do what they called like access into university courses as well.
That's the thing with people who are highly educated, is that people praise when you do have a really high level of education, you did well in school, you went to a university, you got a degree, people praise you for that.
Yeah.
But you have to be in a really privileged position to be able to do that. I think that a lot of our intelligence came from basically having to find it for ourselves.
Yeah, because obviously I did go to school, but my education was partly interrupted in my teens due to like family events. But I learned a lot of things for myself, and because of what happened, I only trusted myself. So I did. I did find it. I would find information out for myself, and I would try and learn as much as I can, because I am an inquisitive person as well. When I'm interested in a subject, I will research it and find out everything I can about it. So that's just how I've been, and I do think you've kind of followed in those footsteps a little bit as well. And I was told a lot of times when I was younger, people have said to me, "Oh, because you're so well spoken and eloquent, we thought you were rich."
Yeah.
It's funny,
and they do go hand in hand, obviously, because if you have money, you have access to education.
Yeah.
So they do go hand in hand, but obviously it's not always the case. But it's nice that people that I don't know will say that to me.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think, is it just because most of my viewers are American? And they always think that a British person sounds eloquent, but maybe not.
But I don't know sometimes if that's a backhanded compliment sort of thing, because there's nothing wrong with being poor. At the same time, is there?
Yeah. Or if you had like a Scouse accent. Like if
you can still be highly intelligent and still have a regional accent.
I mean, that's something that Jodie Comer.
Yes,
she was in Killing Eve.
Yeah,
she got a lot of hate for her accent because she's a Scouser. So when she was doing press in America, she toned it down to more of a sort of standard English accent, which is is a bit. It is a shame that you're not able to just be yourself, and people don't take you seriously because of your accent.
Because I think for me, I was born in Birmingham, but I lived in Tamworth in Staffordshire, so I had a Staffordshire Tamworth accent, which is very similar to the Brummie accent. But we moved to North Wales, and in North Wales they speak Welsh. And when I went to school in Wales, I had to speak Welsh. And obviously it's daunting learning a new language anyway, but then to speak that language in your accent,
it's hard.
My peers laughed at me, so I decided to become a selective mute. I was only 7. I wouldn't speak in the class then, and I think that's when my accent started to change, because I thought, I don't want to sound this way because people ridicule me for it.
Yeah, and once you've lost it,
and once
you've lost it. You're never gonna. Well, I mean, you probably could get it back if you were ever back, in the area. But you're never gonna.
When I used to go and visit, it would come back a little bit, but it doesn't. It doesn't anymore.
So, as you said, you work for the NHS.
Yes.
So when you see content creators, successful content creators, making tons and tons of money for posting online, how does that make you feel as someone who's working in a really crucial healthcare organisation?
I don't feel bad, because if an opportunity is there, why wouldn't you take it? Especially in this day and age when at the moment the economy, it seems, this side of the pond and in America and that, it is not great, is it? And the cost of living and etc. So if there is something you're talented at and you can provide for yourself and a family, if that's what you wish to have, then I'm all for it. But what I did notice was because you can argue the same for, say, football players.
Yeah.
They get a lot of money, don't they? Professional football players get a lot of money. And then you've got people risking their lives, like first responders, fire, ambulance, all that,
doctors.
Police, and then frontline staff and the doctors, paramedics, all that sort of thing. You could argue that for any of any of these like other industries and like acting and things like that. But I do think that we're undervalued, and
I don't think
it became obvious in COVID, didn't it? Because we all kept the country going.
Well, I think it becomes obvious all the time when you have, well, like, I mean, it's not just your opinion that NHS staff are undervalued or understaffed. It's the opinion of everyone. Everyone knows that. And it's when you have waiting lists that span years, and it's simply because you just do not have enough people or funding. So when I get 1 million followers and I start making £100,000, how are you going to feel?
I'd feel very pleased for you. I'd feel proud. Well, I'm proud if you made 1p or if you made 100,000. But I would be pleased for you because I know it's your dream and it's something that you really want. And you are working hard to achieve it as well.
And it is hard as well because obviously, like I said at the start, I work as well. So it is hard to pump out videos like this, especially because the style of videos that I like doing, which is commentary, obviously they require a lot of research and a lot of just a lot goes into it. So even though I might film a video and it comes out to like 20 minutes, I've probably been filming for over an hour. And then it takes me like 3 hours to edit it because it's just so much cutting things down and enhancing audio and all this different just little picky stuff. But even though it takes a while, when I do it, I know I feel proud of it because I haven't done it. I've done it with a lot of thought and a lot of effort. So I see a lot of people that I know do stuff like this, do content creation, whether it's, like a vlog or if it's like editing videos on Instagram or something like that. Because it's obviously content creation now, I think, is probably like the most accessible. It's just the most accessible thing to anyone. Everyone has a phone. Everyone has, you can upload a video, and it's one of those things where it can be frustrating because somebody can film with TikTok, and a silly little TikTok of them dancing gets 12 million views, 5 million likes, and then you have other people who will, like me, like put in loads and loads and loads of effort and then get like 200 views, which I'm not saying that those 200 views aren't worth it. They definitely are. But that, even though I enjoy posting and trying to be a content creator, it is hard because even though it's accessible, it's hard to actually be successful in terms of like money. So right now, I obviously don't make any money off YouTube, but I do want to eventually. But you have to meet certain requirements. Because I need 500 subscribers.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. And then it's like a consistent amount of views, and then also a consistent posting. You got to be posting regularly.
But that's it, because if that one dance video that goes viral, that's not going to be sustainable, is it? They won't be able to recreate that magic. Whereas you're building something, aren't you? That's going to be consistent and have a longevity to it. And I don't mean to say that anyone who makes like a viral video is stupid. It's not. It's because obviously I see them all the time and I like them. Fun. Yeah, they're just having fun. But what my point is, that's how unreliable content creation is. Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to go viral, and you never know, because you have things like micro trends. And that can be clothes, makeup, it could be dance videos, anything can be a micro trend, and it'll be on the internet for maybe a month, and then it will go away, and then you won't see it. And you have so many of them. Watching this this film, the main character, what she was wearing, I think it came out in 2022. I watched that and I thought, oh my, like, it looks so outdated already. Even though it was only a few years ago.
because of how when these micro trends happen as well, it's like all or nothing.
Yeah.
So it's so recognizable.
Yeah.
Like in 2020 or 2021, when everyone had you know, the little money pieces.
Oh yeah.
And
well, on your cousins, my nieces, they're doing that 6-7 thing. That drives me nuts.
Yeah,
it drives me nuts.
Yeah, that's a silly one, but that's gone as well.
It's something else now.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask them what do you think of 6-7, they roll their eyes. Oh, that's dead, and it's like, oh, once we understand something, they've moved on to a different thing.
I think, am I a millennial? I think I'm.
I think you are.
I am. We had Pogs. Pogs was our craze, and Tommy got cheese.
What did we have? I mean, we had Musically before TikTok was TikTok. It was Musically, and we had. I think TikTok now. Obviously, when it was Musically, it used to just be like a dance video, basically, or
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 2016 or something. But now TikTok is so different.
Yeah,
like it's not just about dancing, basically, which is I think what it started. It was lip syncing to a song and dancing.
It's mainly adverts for me.
Yeah, it is for me actually. Okay, so what has been your favourite video of mine so far?
I think I really like the I'm going to butcher the title now. I can't remember.
Can you be fat and feminine?
Can you be fat and feminine?
Yeah, that one. That was my favourite one actually,
because I have been a bigger person all my life.
Yeah, I know we look really tiny on screen. I said that in the video. I said, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm on the bigger side of things.
We're on the bigger side of things. Yeah.
But because I don't mind.
I'm a woman. I've brought up two women. I am a feminist.
Yeah. And it's the thing about being, obviously the point of the video was when you're fat, sometimes people can see you as masculine.
Yes. Even down to fashion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because then what's on offer for fat people or fat women?
It's usually baggy.
Yeah, it's
dark, baggy clothes.
Yeah.
That's the choice, and things people say to you as well, like, if you were a little bit thinner, you'd be pretty.
Yeah. Or when you say,
I'm fat, I'm not ugly. Yeah. I can be pretty and fat.
Yeah, so when you say, oh, I'm so fat. No, you're beautiful. It's like, I didn't say I was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favourite video because I had so many people in the comments talk about it. And I'm going to read some because I think it'll be interesting for us to talk about.
There was one of the other videos that it wasn't the whole of it. It was the end where you did a little clip of like your house and the area you lived in. I really like that as well.
Yeah. This first comment is from KNDE 9798. I'm from Argentina, a country where our relationship with food and body image can be incredibly complicated. We struggle with both high rates of obesity as well as the romanticization of anorexia and extreme thinness. So discussions like this one are incredibly important. Finding someone who openly talks about what it's like to grow up fat and how it shapes your self-image, confidence, and sense of femininity. It made me feel less alone in an experience I had always assumed was uniquely mine. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for creating this kind of content. The way you express these kinds of ideas is thoughtful, articulate, and deeply relatable.
Oh, that's a really nice
comment, I thought that was a really nice one. And that was a recent one as well, because I posted that video, I think it was 2 months ago.
Because that is true as well. Like, that's how you grew up. I grew up, I wouldn't say I was a fat child, but I was definitely chunky.
Yeah.
I definitely was a chunky child. And then, then I do have a bit of mum guilt that you've grown up in with my body, with my build.
Yeah.
But but it's just going back to what we were saying before, we had no money, because that, and I'll die on that hill. No one will convince me otherwise, but to eat healthily is more expensive.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think a lot of things when we think about like our societal problems, I think a lot of it can come down to if you're privileged, if you have money, and you have people around you that will support you and advocate for you, then it opens so many doors. But if you don't have that, then you do go down these roads. But yeah, I think the general consensus of that comment section is people saying that they feel really seen by what I've said, and that was really nice because even though I've never heard someone talk about this before. But it was nice because it was it was like I didn't expect it to be so like
Like well
profound.
received.
Yeah. People, and that's why I really liked making content, is being able to kind of watch something, a piece of content or a social media star, whatever it is, and kind of break it down, because I do think it's important that we understand why we like something.
Yeah.
That's something that I think is getting lost now, especially with, like I said, like with brain rot.
Yeah.
It's critical thinking. You can enjoy something just because you enjoy it, but you can also enjoy it because it takes it. You kind of have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's. I think we both like true crime. Obviously, when you're listening to these stories of, obviously, people's stories being told and crime, it does kind of make you think about the whole thing, about the case and about the evidence and about, the things that went wrong or the things that went right, or the things afterwards, what happened after, like if there were laws put in place, or just positive things that came out of that situation. Obviously you might not be aware, but you are critically thinking about all those things, and that's why you enjoy it.
And I think because it's, I mean, not to say that men don't watch it, but it is more popular with women, that type of content. And I believe it's psychological, because it's more of a blueprint of how not to be murdered, because women have to think of that. We do have to think of that, and it's sad, but we do.
That's a really good point, actually. I think a lot of women will watch, and this is why sometimes when you'll have men who, or how did you get, why were they in that situation? And it's like, well, sometimes you don't know, because sometimes you can be nice to a man and it can backfire. Or you can be strict and stern and no, go away, and it will still, bad things will still happen. So it's like women are constantly having to gauge a situation that they have no idea how to handle, and they just have to try and make it through somehow. So when you do see those people, when you watch a true crime episode and you think, and someone thinks, oh, why did she go with him? Why did she do this? Because your brain is running on.
Why did she trust him?
Because you don't know what to do. You don't know what the next step is. You're just doing what you need to do to stay alive, basically. So thank you to that comment, and I have another one. This is from GM 222819. Love that you were talking about this. I was previously in a plus-size body. I've since healed my relationship with food, but have seen the stark difference in treatment. My style hasn't changed. I still dress in my cute outfits, but the difference in treatment is now that I am not invisible anymore. All of a sudden, my femininity shines. When I haven't changed at all as a person, only my weight.
100% agree with that. Because like, I've always been big, but I've never been as big as I am now, as the biggest I've ever been. And there is a difference, 100% is. There's even a difference in your friend group. Even though that they don't mean to, but there just is. But
I think when you are the biggest person in your friend group, people, they kind of treat you as if you're sort of like, oh, there. Little lost puppy. They treat you with this, like, they infantilize you a little bit. I think a lot of people do it because it's coming from a good place. But obviously, if that's how you're being treated all the time, like, I think especially for you, a grown woman. I mean, I'm a grown woman too, but you're a little bit more grown than me. You've lived more life than me, so I think you would find it condescending. Especially because, I think they think of you as less intelligent in a way. Or at least that's how it comes across.
Or I can't do things for myself.
But I think this person in this comment is talking about pretty privilege, which is what I talked about in that video. That's a really interesting topic in itself. It's funny that being fat and being beautiful seem to be mutually exclusive. And that's what we spoke about earlier about. I think one of the positives, though, of being fat or just not fitting like that type of standard is that you do kind of just learn, like, you just don't care. Because I, obviously, like a lot of teenagers, everyone will go through this at some point. You care about what you post, and you care about how you look, and you want to fit in, and you want to do what everyone else is doing. And then I think even in high school, because I've been excluded from it my whole life, basically. When I was in high school, I just thought, do you know what? I'm trying so hard to get into this, and I'm just clearly not going to get into it. So I'm just going to not care. I don't really care much anymore what people think of me in terms of, like, my looks.
I only care what I think of myself.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I do
Then
care in that way.
Yeah, because I do. I am actively trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
Because I've got a few health problems, which losing weight doesn't solve them or cure them, but it would
Help
go a
them.
long way.
I mean, it'd be the same with me as well.
And it would help me with my image, but I'm. Sometimes you worry, like, is this now my personality because I've been big for so long? If I lost it, would I lose who I am?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want that. I'd rather stay fat.
It's kind of like armor in a way. I think men will allow you to be a bit more yourself because they're not looking at you as a sexual object, basically. They're not thinking like you're attractive. They just want to talk to you for whatever reason, which is
just
why
ignore you.
Huh?
They don't want to engage with you at all when you're fat. Unless it's the pull a pig game.
No.
I experienced.
Do you want to tell that story? And it's that too?
It was just on a night out. It was years ago now. I can't even remember how long. 12 years, maybe longer. And this chap, I just thought he was a nice guy. I thought he was just wanting to talk to me for me, but really he just wanted to see if he could like get my number and everything. So.
You were all, oh god, yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I was feeling myself like, a nice guy actually wants to take my number, and then all of a sudden his friends just ran up to us and started taking pictures, saying, "Knew you could pull the pig." What are you laughing at?
No, we can laugh about it now. Obviously that is horrible.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things where it's so horrible that you kind of have to laugh.
But I don't talk to men now when I'm out at all. I don't let them speak to me. I just even if I see them approach them, I give them a look, and they're like, "Oh, okay, sorry," and they don't come any closer.
So, like you said, you work in project management for the NHS, but you've also had a lot of other jobs and career paths. So can you tell me a bit about kind of what made you go from wanting to be a hair stylist or hairdresser to where you are now?
So I always wanted to do hair, even in school, but my careers advisor kind of said, "Oh, that's on a penny," because I actually wanted to go and do that on cruise ships.
Yeah.
But then certain things happened in life, and it didn't come to fruition. And then I'd decided to go back to college to do it, but then I found out I had acute myeloid leukemia.
Yeah.
So then I was fighting for my life for the following year, and then luckily I beat it. And then I thought, and because I had chemotherapy and I lost all my hair, a hairdresser came and visited me and fitted me with a wig. And then her name was Sally Wiggins. Wiggins.
That's a great
and she creates wigs. And it wasn't.
Yeah, I think I have a picture of me wearing your wig, and I'll put it here if I can find it.
Yeah, you have. I thought, I definitely think I do want to go into hair, and I thought, and I just nearly died, so I thought, well, do what you dream.
Do what you love, yeah.
Do what you love. So I went back to college, but I worked as well, and I was raising you two. Got my diploma and everything in hair, and I did that off and on for about 8 to 10 years. But because of the leukemia, they used to take bone marrow out my hips, and then I started getting a lot of hip and back pain.
Yeah,
and it wasn't sustainable anymore. It was just too painful, and I didn't feel like I could give my best to my clients. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to do a role where perhaps I'm sitting, and then I'd never done any office type of role before, but I thought, well, if I put my mind to it, I know I can do it, because there's nothing that I can't do if I put my mind to it.
Yeah.
And then I saw there was a job opportunity in the appointment centre in a local hospital to be an appointments clerk. So I researched the role thoroughly, and I went for the interview and I got it. And then once I started to learn, and I felt like really I'm giving a bit back as well, because we're so lucky to have free healthcare.
Yeah.
At the point of access. And the NHS saved my life. When we discovered I had leukemia, every single cell in my body was leukemic. It was caught very late. And I remember the consultant saying to me, "How have you not been feeling ill for months?" And I was like, I have, but I'm a single mum. You just get on with things, don't you? And like the day that I went in for the test, they never let me home. I had to have chemo. I had to have immediate blood transfusion and chemotherapy the next day. They weren't sure if I was going to make it, but I had the best care ever.
Yeah.
Like I had the best team, the best nurses, and I still see them around
Yeah.
in the local town, and they'll still say, "Oh, Gemma, how are you?"
And in
And
the
apparently
hospital.
they still call it Gemma's room. The nurse told me,
Oh.
"Oh, we still call it your room on the ward."
That's nice.
So I thought, this is because I'm obviously not a medical trained person, but this is my way of
Yeah.
giving back.
So how long have you been working for the NHS?
It'll be 10 years on the 21st of June.
Oh, happy anniversary. Yeah, because if we were American or anywhere that doesn't have,
Yes.
if it was insurance-based healthcare, you would be dead.
Well, if I never insured, which I probably wouldn't have,
Yeah.
because I was a single mum, 23, I had a 3 and a 4-year-old toddler.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't have had the money to buy insurance.
I don't think you would have.
I don't think I would be here.
It is obviously important that everyone recognises how important the NHS is.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you said, that you want to give back.
Yeah.
In the way that you can.
Yeah.
I think that's
anyone
really.
who works in any type of care industry.
Yeah.
You don't do it for money. You don't do it for that. You do it for the passion of helping people.
Yeah.
Because that's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate reason why you do it, and that's what I do it for. And as I have gone through into management, my goal is to make processes easier, to try and improve things, people waiting less time to actually be seen and things like that, and just to make the whole experience much better.
Something that I've been struggling with recently, with the whole YouTube thing, is having to think about people in sort of like an analytical way, trying to see, okay, why did this video do well? How many comments did I get on here? What are people saying in the comments, and what do people like? And asking these questions. Obviously, I do enjoy doing YouTube just for me.
Yeah.
But eventually, I do want to make money off it, and I do, if I can, I want it to be something that
sustainable living.
Yeah. So obviously, I have to be thinking about it in like a business sense. And it's hard for me to think about it like that, because I have social media, obviously, but I don't really ever post, obviously, except for YouTube. I don't really post pictures of myself. I don't really post much. And it's not for any real reason. I'm just not really interested in it. But obviously, in doing YouTube, you have to make sure that you're staying relevant on other forms of social media, because otherwise, I think when you're a small creator, the biggest thing that you have going for you is your audience, in terms of like you can interact with all of them basically.
Yeah.
If I got a text message from every single subscriber, I would definitely reply to every single one of them. So when like I said, so when you're smaller, you have that time to dedicate it more to your audience and build up people who want to watch you and take what they have to say seriously. So obviously, to do that, I do have to be more active on my social media. You kind of have to think, right, okay, what's the algorithm thinking about today? And how do I post something that's going to be relevant for me and my channel, but also for the algorithm, so that people see it and it makes sense? So even though I enjoy it, when I think about it in that like business aspect, it kind of, I think for me, it loses a little bit of its
dilutes it.
It makes it feel a little bit less valuable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand that, I'm thankful for everyone that subscribed to me, but they're probably not going to be subscribed to me forever.
No.
And what they might find interesting now, in a year, they might think, actually, I'm not interested in this person anymore, which is fine. But that also means that obviously then, who am I posting for if I've really got no one to speak to? It is hard. And it's kind of, I don't really know how to navigate it, because obviously I don't know anyone else who posts videos like I do. So I don't know how to ask, like, how do you deal with this, and how do you navigate this, and how do you kind of turn your image and your thoughts and yourself into like a brand, basically.
I started, I'm not feeling entirely comfortable now, but I still feel, but I don't feel as awkward as I did at the beginning. And even though there's no one like physically watching me right now, I know there's a camera pointing at me, and then someone is, one of your 6 subscribers.
228.
Sorry, 228. He's gonna probably see it.
But yeah, I think we've talked about a lot. I hope this was interesting. It was just kind of meant to be a conversation, really. And obviously, I think you have a very interesting life. So we could maybe do like a follow-up video. if you
they're interested. So we'll be like, no, don't
if this gets
put that woman on
8,000
again.
views, we'll do a follow-up video. But yeah, like I said, I will go back to my usual content. But like I said, it just takes a while, and this is a good, I think, placeholder. And it's also nice to explore different types of content.
Yeah,
because I think this has kind of been like a podcast, sort of, in a way. That's what we kept calling it, the podcast episode, but it's not really a podcast. But it could be, because I would be interested in doing a podcast.
Yeah,
but I think that's something that it's probably more like, maybe
in the future.
Maybe once I've a bit more experience being online, I've posted a little bit more, then I think that'll be interesting. But I hope you enjoyed what we had to say, and I hope you found it interesting. And if you have any questions for me or for Gemma, then you can put them in the comments and maybe we'll answer them. And thank you so much for watching. Do you want to say bye?
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Do you want to say subscribe?
Oh yeah, subscribe. She needs 501 subscribers.
What's my channel name?
Jade and Caitlin.
Yes.
I don't know.
You gave me both those names.
I know, but and that's why I was like, it's not Caitlin Jade, because that's your name, Caitlin Jade.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it is the other way around. But I am perimenopausal and I've got brain fog, so give me a. So Jade and
Okay,
Caitlin.
yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.